Hey there, this is Robert Syvret of Syvret Music, and we are on part 4 of the drum programming tutorial video series. Where we last left off, we were on the chorus section of this song, and now we are moving on to the interlude, which has its own specific anomalies, different from the rest of the song. So if you're a Pro Tools user and you separate your MIDI clips like I have, you'll notice something weird on the screen is that these are not selected. And if we zoom in on the culprits, we'll notice that they're going past the line of scrimmage. And so we'll want to cut these back so that when you do select this again, everything's lit up. And this is especially important if you are copying sections. Say this verse repeats and you want to copy it over here. You're copying over everything and nothing's missing. So for this part, which is the interlude, as I have it labeled here, this is the part leading into the bridge and it's building up on itself, so I have a lot of crash cymbals swelling, and then you can see consistent eighth note kicks. And then at some portions I have the snares doing eighths as well. And then it goes back and forth between the ride and the crashes. So like in all the other parts, I would bring everything down. But in this instance, since this is a very dynamic part and it builds up, as we will hear in this example, I will not be moving everything down, but instead just making sure that I do get everything. So first what I'm actually going to do is, since every other portion of this takes a little bit more finessing, I'm just going to work with the kick drum. And for every eighth note, besides these build-up parts, I'm going to bring down the every other note. And then for these, I will bring these guys down as well to a more appropriate level where I would if I would have selected all of the MIDI notes and brought them down universally. All right, and so we have these dramatic builds with almost all the instruments, and you'll notice that for the crashes they go up in a crescendo and the snare will follow as well. And it's good to kind of keep that dynamic between them basically the same, because you don't want one to kind of crescendo more than the other or before the other, or it will lose its effect in general. And the reason why I have this kick and snare loud is because it's kind of like the accent right before the buildup comes in, so it kind of sounds cool that way. So what I'll do is I'll just bring that down a little bit, and same thing for over here. And what I'll do is I'll actually get rid of this one crash hit just to keep the realism there. And for these other snares, I'll bring these guys down just a tad. All right, so we got that out of the way. We'll go and we'll get the ride hits that come over these snare attacks, bring them down. And then anything that comes after a crash we'll bring down even more. We'll get rid of some of these louder notes. So what we have now is so what I'm first going to focus on is the overheads. So I think I want a more dramatic build up than what I have here, so I'm going to bring these down even more. Maybe randomize a couple of them. Nothing too crazy. I'll bring that one up all the way. I'll make sure that's up all the way, and this is make sure up all the way. The snare drum might be a little bit too loud for that portion, so I'll bring that down a little bit as well. This first crash cymbal hit I think would be cool having a little bit louder, so let's hear how that would sound. Alright, now the snare drum needs to come down for these last two hits. And I'll bring these guys down just a little bit. This one's lower than the other, so I'll flip-flop their positions. Bring that down a little bit. Cool. Now the kick drum usually stays pretty consistent. I'll just bring these guys up a little bit and then some of the darker ones down. I'll also edit some of these kick drum hits as well, so they're not as noticeably louder and different from the varying ones that proceed after them. And then for this, it looks like the crashes are in a good state. It looks like the snares are in a good state too. I might just bring this down a little bit. Cool. And now with the song. Alright. So this video might be a little bit shorter. I'm trying to split up the videos into parts based off of how the song's arranged. But in the next section, the video will be quite longer because I will be covering two parts at a time. And one of them will include a little fill that I've added. If we reference these drums right here, the ones that were recorded and mixed. I have that little fill right here. So I'll show you how to do that, which is kind of fun and really simple. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.